Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Surprise Baseball Complex in Surprise. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of North Canyon Rattlers varsity baseball, and we are underway in the Division III Baseball State Tournament as North Canyon earns the number 14 seed in the state. And today they face the number 19 Winslow Bulldogs, and we are underway. Ray Velez leads off for the Bulldogs, and he's up there with a count of 1-1 strike. And a 1-1 pitch is over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. Winslow comes in at 16-11 overall, and North Canyon sits at 15-8 after the regular season. Of course, the Rattlers won their section title a couple of games ago. That pitch, a strike, and Velez is the first out of the ball game. Juan Cabrera gets the nod for the Rattlers in today's first round game. The winner of this game will advance to face the winner of number 30, Poston Butte, and number 3, Trevor Brown. That game being played a little bit later on. And the first pitch to the number 2 hitter, Matthew Ramos, over for a strike. So Velez leads off and plays shortstop. Matthew Ramos bats second and plays second. Then C.J. Chacon, the center fielder, hits third. Akeem Foster in right field bats fourth. Defensive swing there. The ball fouled off first base side, and it's 0-2. Hitting fifth is the catcher, Darian Brown. And Custer Kinlachini will bat sixth and pitch. Ricardo Villanueva, the third baseman, bats seventh, and Matt Bolin at first is eighth. The number 9 hitter is the left fielder, Nathan Hollins. Now the 0-2 pitch, and that's punched over to the right side and into right field. And we get the first ball in play, and we're going to give you just a little survey of the field so you can see what we're looking at here at Surprise. As you can see, we're on field number 5 on the Texas Rangers side of the complex. We've got first base for you. Everything up the middle is good. And then we get a little tree action over on the left side, but we're up in the tower here at the minor league complex, and so that's the shot we've got for you. So runner at first and 1 out, just underway, top of the first inning. Juan Cabrera with the set and the pitch, and it's a strike to C.J. Chacon. Defensively for North Canyon, it's David Hatfield in left, Tyler Gandara in center field, and Sam Strunk in right. The infield is Dylan Shimmick at third, Roberto Cabrera at short, and we'll give you the rest here. Get a swing and a foul ball. I think that got a piece of the plate umpire as the count goes to 0-2. Jose Martinez starts at second base for the Rattlers. It's Brandon Coyle at first, and Luke Bowman behind the plate catching Juan Cabrera. Turn, throw it over to first. Close over there at first base, and nearly got Ramos diving back to the bag. Had a bit of a delay there as the plate umpire, who got hit on that previous foul ball, took a little time walking around, but now he's back in there. And now the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, and Chacon did not go around on the count 1-2. Velez struck out to start the ball game. Ramos with a base hit into right field, and he stands at first. All 4 fields going on here at the Rangers Cloverleaf. Interesting how they have them numbered. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6 here, as the fastball from Juan Cabrera misses inside on the count 2-2. I don't know, we may be able to get you updates throughout the day today, but the other 3 games all in different quadrants of the bracket, so they're not games that are going to mean anything to either one of these teams for several games. Boy, a big jump over at first base as a breaking ball is in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Ramos took a big hop, realized that he started too early, and took a step back toward first. Will the Bulldogs send the runner here? 3-2 with 1 out. Ramos with the lead. Cabrera's 3-2 is not close. That's ball 4. So a 1-out single from Ramos. Now a walk for Chacon. Puts 2 aboard with 1 out. For the cleanup hitter, Akeem Foster. Foster, the right fielder, ready to get in there for the Bulldogs. was quite a second half of the season for North Canyon as they sailed through their section. I don't know if they sailed through. The record indicates they did, but there were some tough ones along the way as that pitch is over for a strike to Foster, and it's 0-1. We saw North Canyon last week when they clinched the section with an 8-2 win over Independence. They continued their hot streak with a 4-2 win on Tuesday against Northwest Christian. Pitch near the inside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. So as a result, North Canyon finishes the regular season winning 8 of their final 9 ball games. Propelled them up the rankings and to the section title. 2 aboard and 1 out. Cabrera's pitch on the way, and that's a swing and a miss. It gets the cleanup hitter Foster on 3 straight strikes, and it's 2 strikeouts in inning for Juan Cabrera. And now we'll go after the catcher Darian Brown. Nothing doing for the Bulldogs so far in the first inning. 2 on and 2 out. Cabrera, the right-hander, looking in as Bowman goes through the signs. Now they set the check back to second, the first one on the way, and it is inside for ball 1 with a fastball. Going to hear a lot of cheering throughout the day. Again, it's 4 fields going on here. And so there's bound to be something happening on just about every field already. So we get a pitch over for a strike and a count 1-1. You can see 2 of the scoreboards on the other 3 fields, and the 2 scoreboards we can see, the visiting team has scored a run in the top of the first. So again, action all the way around here at Surprise. Now the 1-1 to Brown. And got in on the fist, rolls it out slowly to Roberto Cabrera, who throws wide on the run over to first base and sank the call. Cabrera with the throw, Coyle with the stretch, but pulled him off the bag, and that'll load him up for Winslow. And that's something you can't afford to do really at any level in playoff baseball. You don't want to give away outs. But it happens here as it was a slow hit ball on the fists that Roberto Cabrera charged, and on the run throws to first, but threw it wide out toward the right field side of first base. Now we're going to get a runner over at first base. I believe it's Jalen Lyons, and again, we're screened a little bit because of that tree down the first base line. This really was the best spot from a pocket standpoint to be able to see pitcher, catcher, batter, umpire. Get him right between the fence rails here. And a half swing. North Canyon wanted to appeal, but they do not get it as Ken Lacini bats. The Winslow starting pitcher has a chance to get the Bulldogs in front here in the first inning. Bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the first. A swing and a miss, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, the Rattlers still have a chance to get out of this first inning unscathed, but it goes to the kind of a maximum effort type of deal now for the pitcher Juan Cabrera, trying to get out of the inning without allowing a run. He's given up a base hit, solid one into right field, and he walked a hitter, and now an error behind him. And the ball popped up, and this will get foul and out of play. And now Cabrera a strike away from getting out of the top of the first inning. One ball, 2 strikes on Ken Lacini with Ricardo Villanueva next. Now the set from Cabrera. The right-hander delivers, and it got him. A swing and a miss and a strikeout. So Cabrera strikes out this side, but he gives up a hit, a walk, and has an error behind him. but most importantly, he leaves the bases loaded. The Bulldogs do not score after having a play. Winslow nothing, North Canyon coming up. Set to go in the bottom of the first inning. Roberto Cabrera leads out for the Rattlers and takes a breaking ball high and away. Ball one. Now the wind and the 1-0 pitch. And that's over the outside corner of strike, and it's 1-1. So Cabrera leads off. That's Roberto, the shortstop, leading off for the Rattlers. Jose Martinez bats second and plays second. Juan Cabrera, the pitcher, hits third. And a fly ball, that's hit pretty well out to left field. Long run over there and leaving a feet to make the catch to left fielder Hollins. And he's able to haul it in for out number one. A diving catch takes away potential extra bases there for Cabrera and the Rattlers. And that is out number one. That brings up Jose Martinez, the second baseman that I mentioned. Juan Cabrera batting third and pitching. Then Dylan Shimmick hitting fourth and playing third base. Batting fifth is the catcher, Luke Bowman. Brandon Coyle over at first base bats sixth. Hitting seventh, the right fielder, Sam Strunk. Then David Hatfield bats eighth and plays left. Taylor Gandara, the center fielder, is ninth. Ball one to Jose Martinez. The 1-0 pitch. Up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Set the defense for the Bulldogs. It's Hollins in left, Chacon in center, and Foster in right. And the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball gets away and goes to the backstop for ball 3, 3-0. Then in the infield for Winslow, it's Villanueva at third, Velez at short, Ramos at second, Bolin at first, and Brown behind the plate catching Kinlachini. As Martinez taken all the way, takes a 3-0 pitch over for a strike. Now it is 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. And a breaking ball. Oh, delay from the plate umpire. He stopped and then brings up the right hand. Martinez was on his way to first base. He thought he had ball 4, and I think the plate umpire did initially. Again, a late call for a second strike. Now 3-2 on the way. And a ground ball over to the right side. Retreating is the second baseman Ramos, but he's got enough time to throw on to first base. And that is out number 2. So 2 batters and 2 outs. And the batter, Juan Cabrera. I think a pitch can't make a difference in a ball game. We'll see what happens. But really 2 plays from North Canyon's standpoint here in the bottom of the first inning. A great catch by the left fielder Hollins takes away a probable double, maybe even a triple, since we're playing in such a big ballpark. And then Martinez on a 3-1 thought he had ball 4. Instead it's strike 2. And then on the next pitch he grounds out for the second out. So 2 away and the base is empty in the Rattler half of the first inning. 1-1 the count on Juan Cabrera. Kinlachini with the pitch. And a ground ball down the third baseline. A fair ball picked up. Step and a throw to first base. Safe the call at first. So Cabrera hustles down the line and beats out an infield single. Villanueva picked it up clean. And got rid of it in a pretty good bit of time there, but Cabrera hustles down the line for the infield hit. So Cabrera reported first with 2 away for Dylan Shimmick, the third baseman. Shimmick going after a breaking ball, swinging a miss, strike 1. He was thinking he was going to get a first pitch fastball there. No score, bottom of the first inning, first round of the Division III Baseball State Championships. Another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. As I mentioned, all 3 now, a check between innings, all 3 fields the visiting team scored in the top of the first inning. A 3, a 2, and a 1, in fact, for the 3 fields. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Shimmick. Luke Bowman would be next for the Rattlers. We'll see if he gets a chance to hit here in the bottom of the first inning. Runner goes, pitch low, throw down to second base, going to be late. And a stolen base for Cabrera as he works himself in a scoring position, and the count goes to 2-2 on Shimmick. Can't Cheney with the set and the look back at the 2-2. Got him on a swinging strike three, and Shimmick is out, and so are the Rattlers in the first. No runs, a hit, and one left. We've played one from surprise. There's no score. Bottom third of the order for Winslow in the second. And a first pitch, swing and a miss, strike one to Ricardo Villanueva. Villanueva, Bolin, and Hollins for Winslow in the second. And Juan Cabrera with a one-strike pitch that misses outside on the count 1-1. And Juan had to work a little bit in the first inning. Ended up pitching with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Next pitch low and in, and it's 2 balls and a strike. 7, 8, and 9 in the order for the Bulldogs. No score. It's the first round of the Division III baseball state playoffs. Again, the winner will advance to face the winner of number 30, Poston Butte, and number 3, Trevor Brown. That game played later on. Pitch low and away, and it's 3-1. It is a 32-team Division III tournament. And a little wind picking up here as that ball is fouled out of play, and the count goes to 3-2. The nod from Cabrera, the 3-2 pitch. And that's a line drive over the head of the first baseman and a foul ball. Coyle went over there, jumped in the air, but could not get it. And maybe that wind helps out a little bit there as it curls. Coyle was in foul territory, not by much, but he was in foul territory, and that ball a little bit over his head and did drop foul by a couple of feet. So we'll try another 3-2 pitch. And Cabrera into the wind and the pitch, and got in on the hands there in a defensive swing, and another foul ball. It was staying 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the second inning, it's the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs. No score in our first round matchup. And a ball popped up and now out of play down the right field side. Now you would expect Cabrera might have a little easier time at the bottom of the order, but it has been an 8-pitch at-bat to Villanueva, the leadoff hitter. And there's a swing and a miss. Gets him on a swinging strikeout. 4th strikeout for Cabrera. And now I'll go after Matt Bolin, the Bulldogs first baseman. And the first pitch over for a strike. Cabrera's next one on the way, and another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 1 out, base is empty in the top of the second inning. Again, that wind picking up here as the next pitch is low, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now looking around, and again, can't see the scoreboard behind us, which is field 3, but the scoreboards in the fields on the first and third base side. Now the home teams have each scored at least 1. And a swing and a miss. Quick work of Bolin there. Strikeout number 5 for Cabrera, and 2 away in the inning for Nathan Hollins. Hollins, the number 9 hitter, coming to the plate. Ray Velez, the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle for Winslow. And a defensive swing rolled down the third baseline, but foul. It got about 3/4 of the way down and then took a little left turn into foul territory. It was backhanded by Shimmick, but again called foul by the plate umpire. Nothing in 1 on Hollins. 2 outs and the base is empty. 3 in a row retired by Juan Cabrera in the pitch. It's a fastball high, and it's 1-1. I was looking at the bracket and the way it's set up. It's 5 rounds of baseball. First 2 rounds today and tomorrow. Quarters and semis next Friday and Saturday. State championship the following week. Pitch is over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And so there's definitely an opportunity for a team to get by on just 2 pitchers. Now, your pitchers are going to have to be lights out and throw complete games and all that stuff, but you can get by maybe with 2 pitchers. Boy, that pitch called a ball, and the count 2-2. Fastball right to the glove of Bowman, so he must have been set up too far off the plate. Cabrera back to it, the wind, and the 2-2 pitch, and it got him. Swing and a miss on a pitch maybe up out of the strike zone. Cabrera strikes out the side again. 6 outs, all by the way of the strikeout through an inning and a half. There's no score. Now we go to the bottom of the second inning for the Rattlers. Luke Bowman leads off, and he takes a breaking ball over for strike 1. It's Bowman, Coyle, and Strunk for North Canyon in the second. And the 1-strike pitch. That's bounced in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Back to it in the 1-1. And that's driven into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and it might be extras. Big turnaround. The ball bobbled out in center field, and that will allow Bowman to get into second base. Never broke stride going around first, so we'll go with a double there. It might have been a close play if Chacon had been able to pick it up cleanly in right center field. He did bobble it, and that allowed Bowman to get in without a throw. That brings up Brandon Coyle. It's no score in the bottom of the second inning. Rattlers got a runner to second in the first inning with 2 outs, but a strikeout ended it. And now a leadoff batter to second base, and the first one of Coyle is low for ball 1. Bulldogs had the bases loaded in the first inning with 2 outs after a single, a walk, and an error. And the plate umpire started to bring up the arm that time and stopped. And it's 2-0. Calicini with the next pitch, bounced in, 3-0. Sam Strunk next for North Canyon. Again, we've got scores all around. We'll give you some of those here if we can. 3-0 the count on Coyle, and the pitch is over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Northwest Christian is leading Snowflake 3-1. Payson is leading Rio Rico 3-1, and Lee Williams ahead of Fountain Hills 2-1. The ball hit down the right field line. That's going to be foul and out of play, and the count now 3-2. So Kinlachini trying to fight his way back after falling behind on the count 3-0. It's a couple of strikes, and now 3-2. Check back to second base, and time called. That double to lead off the second inning, the second base hit of the game for the Rattlers. Juan Cabrera had an infield single in the first. That pitch up and in, but Coyle Says it's too good. He swings at it and can't catch up. Might have foul tipped it into the glove, but either way, it's a strikeout. First out of the inning, second strikeout for Custer Kinlachini. And the batter is Sam Strunk. And Strunk takes low and in, ball one. Now the set of the look back, and the 1-0 pitch is fouled out of play. And the count goes to 1-1. Bowman at second base with one out in the bottom of the second. No score in the first round of the Division III baseball state playoffs. Number 19 Winslow, number 14 North Canyon. Kinlachini steps off, now will climb back up again. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. The ball in the dirt, I guess picked up there. And Strunk is out number 2. Little break there for the Bulldogs because Kinlachini hung up his shortstop, Velez. He was just about standing back on the bag at second when the pitch was delivered. And the first pitch to David Hatfield, low and in, ball one. Northwest Christian has extended their lead over Snowflake. One of their players just hit a 3-run home run over the fence and left. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. It's 320 down the lines, 365 in the alleys, and 400 in straightaway center field. Again, these are minor league complex fields for the Texas Rangers, so they're major league regulation, or within the regulations anyway. Basically big compared to what you see in most high schools. Breaking ball to Hatfield over for a strike, runs the count to 1-2. Bowman led off the inning with a double. Now back-to-back strikeouts for Kinlachini, and he leaves the next pitch high, and it's 2-2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Winslow. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for North Canyon rather. And a swing and a miss as Kinlachini buckles down with the leadoff double and strikes out the side. No runs, a hit, runner left at second after 2, still no score. Top of the order for Winslow in the third inning. Ray Velez, who was called out on strikes his first time up, leads off and takes low and in for ball one. Cabrera back to it, and the fastball misses inside, and it's 2-0. Velez, Ramos, and Chacon for the number 19 seed Winslow Bulldogs here in the third. Pitch over for a strike, and the count 2-1. Back to the wind, the 2-1 pitch. And a ball fouled out of play on the right side, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cabrera look it in, shakes off his sign. Now he's ready. And the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball. And Cabrera continues the strikeouts as he has recorded 7 outs, all by way of the strikeout. Now Ramos takes up and in for ball one. Ramos has the only base hit of the ball game for Winslow, a single with 1 out in the top of the first. Drove that ball into right field. Fouls that one to the backstop, and the count 1-1. CJ Chacon next for the Bulldogs. Field swung around a little bit to right center. And that pitch is inside, and it's 2-1. At least the center fielder Gandara is. Hatfield, the left fielder, follows him. Just based on a scouting report of 1 at bat. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Now, there's some guys that are going to run into one once in a while, but kind of feel pretty good with Cabrera up there. If he can throw strikes, going to have a pretty good shot. And a ball fouled out of play, and we stay 2-2. 1 out, base is empty, top of the 3rd inning, and no score. It's the only game going on here in the clover leaf of 4 fields without a score. The other 3 fields, both teams have scored. Ball fouled out of play on the first base side. We stay 2-2. But in talking with Coach Dyer for a couple of moments, was anticipating that this would be a low-scoring ball game. And warned about a dangerous Winslow team. Another 2-2 pitch and another ground ball. This one up the middle and into center field. And so Ramos has both base hits for the Bulldogs now. It's another 1-out single. He got all the way around to 3rd base in the 1st inning, and we'll see what happens this time around as C.J. Chacon bats for the Bulldogs. Ready after the North Canyon timeout. The fastball to Chacon misses inside, ball 1. It was just the infielders in to talk to Cabrera. And that ball hit, picked up on 1 bounce, out at second. Roberto Cabrera's throw to first, not in time. Roberto does a nice job there to stay with that, because that soft line drive can sometimes be indecisive there. Do you want to come in and try to play it before it hits, or do you want to try to pick it up on the ground? And by the time he picked it up after the 1 bounce, he was a couple of strides away from the bag, took it himself. And then the throw on a first base, not in time to get Chacon. So it's a 6 unassisted force at second. Chacon aboard at first. And the first pitch to Akeem Foster is low, ball 1. Foster struck out swinging his first time up. Chacon over there at first base walked his first time, but he's aboard on a fielder's choice here in the 3rd inning. No score, 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Runner goes, pitch up and in, throw it down to second base, not in time. Didn't look like Bowman had a real good handle on that pitch. Once he got a hold of it to throw it down to second base. So run in scoring position. 2-0 the count on Foster with Darian Brown next. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. Each team with chances, but no one has been able to dent the scoreboard here in this first round playoff game. Top of the 3rd inning and no score. Cabrera with a look back to second base. And the 2-1 pitch chopped on the ground to the right side. Fielded, and a throw to first, and safe the call. Thought they had him maybe at first base there. And an infield single for Akeem Foster. Martinez did everything he could, had to wait for a high hop, and Coach Dyer comes out just to ask the quick question. Not any sort of an argument here. And that'll put runners at the corner, so another threat here for the Bulldogs with 2 outs in the inning. And Cabrera will go after Darian Brown. Brown reached on an error his first time up. Rolled a ground ball out to Roberto Cabrera, but his throw pulled Coyle off the bag at first. First pitch, ball 1. Again, it looks like the plate umpire started to come up but stopped. First and third with 2 outs. Next one low and away, 2-0. Canlachini next for the Bulldogs. Here's Cabrera, the right-hander ready. He'll turn and throw it to first, and just about threw it away. Coyle saves that one from going down the line. And that's going to get away, go to the backstop. Runner will come in. The throw is not in time, and it comes out of the glove of Cabrera. And the Bulldogs are on the board. A wild pitch scores Chacon. Foster goes to second on the same wild pitch. The count goes to 3-0 on Brown. Now a strikeout start of the inning. Ramos with a solid single to center. Chacon forced him at second, but was aboard on a fielder's choice. Stole second base. Went to third on Akeem Foster's infield single, and Chacon just scored on the wild pitch. 1-0 Bulldogs, top of the third. And a half-swing foul ball. Interesting, Brown is even bothering with the bat on a 3-0 pitch. Fouled it off. 3-1 now as Cabrera will try to regroup. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Again, it's a pretty good breeze. It's coming maybe in a little bit from left, somewhat left to right across the outfield. And the 3-2. Oh, and again, the Rattlers thought they had strike 3. But Brown heads to first base. And that'll put runners at first and second. Brown reached on the error in the first, now walks in the third. And Coach Dyer coming out of the dugout. He's got to look at the plate umpire. I think he was upset with that pitch. And so he takes the timeout. 1-0 Winslow as we play in the third. Back to it after the Rattlers timeout. Canlachini at the plate with 2 aboard. Going after the first pitch, fouls it to the backstop. Strike 1. Canlachini struck out to in the first. Look back to second base, and Cabrera's pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Coleman going through the signs. Cabrera sets in the pitch. Misses outside and low, and it's 1-2. Check back to second base for Cabrera, and the pitch is low, 2-2. A couple of walks given up by Cabrera. An earned run here in the third, and he's got 7 strikeouts. Most importantly, though, North Canyon trailing Winslow 1-0 in the third. And there's a called third strike. And that ends the Winslow third inning with the Bulldogs on the board first. They get a run on 2 hits, and they leave 2 after 2.5. Winslow 1, North Canyon 0. 9-1-2 in the order for North Canyon in the third inning. Taylor Gandara takes strike 1. Rattlers had a 2-out base hit in the first, a leadoff double in the second. There's a ground ball rolled down to Velez at short. He fields and throws to first base in time. And Gandara out number 1. So back to the top of the order for North Canyon. Roberto Cabrera bats. The max preps numbers for North Canyon, pretty good numbers for several of these players. Looks like it's maybe a game or two shy of a full season, but Cabrera listed hitting .302, 3 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run, and 11 knocked in. And he takes ball 1. Cabrera hit a fly ball to left field. Great catch by the left fielder Hollins. That was in the first. The next one is outside of the count 2-0. Bulldogs shade Cabrera a little bit to the left side. And Kinlachini trying to pitch him away as the count goes to 3-0. The Rattlers looking for a base runner here. The 3-0 pitch. Well, that is a called strike 1. Back to it, the 3-1 pitch. And it calls a strike near the outside corner. So the count goes to 3-2 on Cabrera with Jose Martinez next for the Rattlers. And a line shot past the first baseman down the right field line. Foster will give chase as Cabrera is around to second base. And he is in with a 1-out double. Forget about the walk. Cabrera takes the double instead, and so another runner in scoring position, this time with 1 out. And they're coming around to the end of the order here as Jose Martinez, the number 2 hitter, bats. His average on max preps listed at .464. 4 doubles, 11 RBI. Healthy cut on the first pitch, fouls it back, strike 1. Rattlers trailing 1-0 as they bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, first round of the Division III Baseball State Playoffs. Winner advances to face the winner of number 30, Poston Butte, and number 3, Trevor Brown. Back up the middle, that's into center field, a base hit. Cabrera is going to be waved around. Chacon's throw coming to the plate. It's cut off. Now they'll throw to second base, and going to be out by a bunch at second is Martinez, but the Rattlers will take it as Jose delivers an RBI single. The Rattlers are on the board. It's tied at 1. And then, not a bad read, but I tell you what made the play there for the Bulldogs was the catcher Brown, realizing they were not going to have a chance at the plate. Instead of waiting for that throw to get to him, he takes a couple of quick steps to come up to get it, and that shortens his throw to second base, and he guns down Martinez. Now Juan Cabrera takes a breaking ball for strike 1. It's a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 3rd. Rattlers come through with a couple of base hits at the top of the order. Cabrera doubled, Martinez singled him home. 0-2 on Cabrera. Kinlachini's pitch on the way. That's bounced in, and it's 1-2. And I think especially in the first round of the state playoffs, it's nice to get that first run on the board. Takes a little pressure off. There's a shot out just off the tip of the second baseman Ramos's glove. I thought that was going to get over his head for sure, but he went up high and got just the tip of the glove on it. That'll be a 3rd straight base hit for North Canyon, and Cabrera is on at first for Dylan Shimmick. Sort of the same situation for Shimmick here as Cabrera is aboard at first with 2 away. Juan ran toward the end. He's going to go here, though, on the first pitch, throw to second base, not in time. So a wild pitch gets Cabrera to second, and that does change the look of the at-bat for Shimmick. Cabrera took off for second late in the count the first time up, and then Shimmick struck out. But now he's to second base and a 1-0 count. Make it 2-0 on Shimmick and a ball low and away. Go ahead run at second base with 2 outs in the Rattler half of the third. It's a 1-1 ball game. And a shot to one hop snared by Velez. Boy, he made a nice play there as that ball got on him in a hurry. But he fields the ground ball. Shimmick tattooed it, but Velez there to pick it up. And the inning is over. North Canyon gets even though as they get a run on 3 hits and they leave 1 after 3 from Surprise. It's North Canyon 1 and Winslow 1. Bottom third of the order again for the Bulldogs here in the 4th inning. And the first pitch to Villanueva fouled off. And that is strike 1. Villanueva, Bolin, and Hollins for Winslow in the 4th inning. Score updates from around this baseball complex here at Surprise. Again, we're on the Texas Rangers side of the complex. Northwest Christian now leading Snowflake by a score of 6-4. That game in the 3rd inning. Payson leading Rio Rico 4-3 in the 4th. And Lee Williams ahead of Fountain Hills 2-1 in the 3rd. The ball hit on one hop out to Martinez. And his sidearm throw to first base is in time. Villanueva grounds out to start the Winslow 4th inning. Now Matt Bolin, who struck out his first time up. First one misses for ball 1. 10 outs recorded for North Canyon and Juan Cabrera, 8 of them by way of the strikeout. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Cabrera could definitely use a low pitch inning though, as he has thrown 70 pitches through 3 innings. And the next pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. A swing and a miss gets rid of Bolin. 2 away in the inning. Strikeout number 9 for Cabrera. And it brings up Nathan Hollins. Pitch outside, ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty to Nathan Hollins, who struck out to end the 2nd. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Cabrera back to the wind, and the 1-1 pitch. That's bunted. 2 hops right back to Juan. He'll throw to first base. And he does get a relatively easy 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. 9-pitch inning for Cabrera. And at the midpoint of the ball game, it's Winslow 1 and North Canyon 1. 5, 6, and 7 in the order, and a ground ball foul outside of third off the bat of Luke Bowman as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Bowman a 200 hitter on the season for North Canyon as he takes a strike, couple of doubles, 8 RBI. And again, he had a double to begin the 2nd inning for the Rattlers, but he was left at second base. Ball fouled out of play over on the first base side. Now Snowflake has crept a little bit closer, now 6-5 trailing Northwest Christian as they start the 4th inning. And another 0-2 to Bowman. And another shot. That's into right center field, and that'll be another base hit. So Bowman getting the work done out of the 5-hole for North Canyon. And now we'll see if the Rattlers try to play some small ball here. We'll see. And, you know, what it comes down to is you got to pick where you want your RBIs to come from. You want to try to sacrifice him to second with your number 6 hitter and then ask 7 and 8 to try to get him in? Or do you try to let your 6 hitter do some damage? Bunt shown, popped up, and 1 pitch in and out. That's the danger of the sacrifice as Coyle got under it and pops it out to the catcher Brown, who makes the catch for out number 1. Now 1 on and 1 out for Sam Strunk. Coyle was hitting .262 with a double and 8 RBI. Strunk a .213 hitter with 2 doubles. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 doubles and 2 RBI. Both Coyle and Strunk struck out in the second. 1-1, 1 ball. Let me try that again. No balls and a strike. 1-1 is our score. And a breaking ball high. Now it is 1-1 on Strunk with Bowman at first and 1 out in the Rattlers' half of the 4th inning. First round of the Division III baseball state playoffs. And that pitch a called strike, and it's 1-2. The Division III tournament all day today. Another round of games at 3:30. They throw over to first, and the runner dives back, and then another stretch of games at 7 o'clock. I think it's actually 8 games going on at 3:30. 4 here on the Rangers side, 4 on the Royals side, and then the Royals fields will have the night games at 7 o'clock. Next pitch is low and in, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tournament starts with 32 teams. We'll be down to 16 after today, and 16 will become 8 by the end of tomorrow's play. Low and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch over for a called third strike, and Strunk knew it. Takes a hop, and he is out number 2. Strikeout number 5 for Ken Lacini. And now Bowman will come off for a courtesy runner, as David Hatfield will enter the ball game, or step to the plate anyway. Hatfield struck out his first time up, batting .140 with a home run and 2 knocked in. Yeah, first pitch fouled off, and that's strike 1. Yeah, you get a feel for the game and how the specific game is going. Go with a courtesy runner for the catcher Bowman, but it's kind of that same situation I was talking about who's going to drive in a run. Do you send the runner? If he gets thrown out, then you've got to go 8, 9, and 1 in the next inning. If he stays put, if you aren't able to get to the next hitter, then you start 9-1-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Hatfield with a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Taylor Gandara with good numbers, a .339 hitter, batting in the 9-hole for the Rattlers, and I think that is almost kind of like some of the strategy you've seen employed in Major League Baseball, where pitchers are starting to hit 8th, and you get almost a double leadoff situation and more opportunities for the meteor order to drive in runs, and I think North Canyon maybe is kind of employing that strategy as well. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's low and blocked by Brown, and the count 2-2. North Canyon 1, Winslow 1. First round action in Division III baseball state tournament. Rattlers the number 14 seed, Winslow the number 19 seed. And now time called at the plate. Cheney ready. 2-2 pitch. Big breaking ball over for a called third strike. And that will end the inning. Once again, Ken Cheney pitches around a leadoff hit. And North Canyon is turned away. Rattlers 6 hits now and 4 runners left on base through 4. And after 4 innings of play, it's still North Canyon 1 and Winslow 1. Top of the order once again for Winslow. Ray Velez takes outside for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. Slow ground ball. Cut off by Shimmick on to first base in time. 1 away. Boy, you'll love to see that. You want your third baseman to get over and cut off anything he can get to without leaving his feet. Has that momentum going over toward first. And now the batter, Matthew Ramos. He's a guy that Cabrera has not been able to keep off the bases. Ramos with singles in the first and the third. And there's the, again, that plate umpire with a hesitation, but he calls strike 1. And the next one high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the wind and the 1-1. And a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 23 pitches in the first inning for Cabrera, 18 in the second. He threw 29 in the third, just 9 in the fourth. And a swing and a miss. He gets Ramos for the first time, 2 away. And the batter is C.J. Chacon. Strikeout number 10 for Juan Cabrera. Now it goes after Chacon, who walked in the first and reached down a fielder's choice and scored the lone run for the Bulldogs in the third. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. The winner of this one will advance to face the winner of number 30, Poston Butte, and number 3, Trevor Brown. And game going on later today. And a pitch on the corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. In fact, that game will be at 7 o'clock tonight over on the Kansas City side of the complex. Again, we're in Surprise. It's the spring training home of the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. Up and in for a ball, 1-2 the count. Cabrera looking in, into the wind and the 1-2 pitch. And that's low for a ball, 2-2. Pitch number 90 coming up for Juan Cabrera. And the 1-1. Fastball inside, 3-2. I said 1-1, the 2-2 pitch. Now 3-2. 1-1 our score in the top of the 5th. And the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back out of play. Ground out and a strikeout starts this 5th inning. Chacon trying to get aboard with 2 away. Cabrera with the nod, into the wind, the 3-2 pitch. And he got him a called third strike. Strikeout number 11 for Juan Cabrera. It's the first time he gets Chacon on a strikeout, and after 4.5, it's still 1-1. 9-1-2 in the order for the Rattlers. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Taylor Gandara takes a breaking ball high and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball over toward third, picked up on the hop. And Villanueva's throw to first base in time to retire Gandara. 5-3 on the play, and that's out number 1. Taylor, I mentioned, hitting .339, 3 doubles and a triple. He knocked in 10. But he's retired to get things started for North Canyon in the 5th, and it brings up Roberto Cabrera. Cabrera with a fly ball to left in the 1st inning, then he doubled in the 3rd. And rolls one over to the first baseman, picked up by Bolin. Tap of the bag, and 2 quick outs for the Rattlers in the 5th. I'll see if Jose Martinez takes a couple of pitches here. He had an RBI single his last time up, 1 for 2 on the day. But Ken Lacini gets 2 outs on 3 pitches. And we'll see if he takes a pitch or 2. Nope, he's going after it. He's going to give Ken Lacini a 4-pitch 5th inning. And Juan Cabrera is going to have to come right back out and go to work. It's a 3-up, 3-down Rattler 5th inning. First time that's happened for North Canyon. And after 5, we're still tied at 1. Middle third of the order for Winslow as we start the 6th inning. Akeem Foster leads it off. And Foster gonna see what happened here. It hit Foster. North Canyon saying it hit off the bat. Foster showing his elbow to the plate umpire. And this could be a big call here. Either a foul ball keeps Foster at the plate, or the Bulldogs get the leadoff hitter aboard in the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 ball game in the first round of the Division III baseball state playoffs. Not really a signal yet from the umpire. Looks like they're going to keep Foster at the plate. No, they're going to send him to first. Again, surprising that there wasn't any sort of indication from the plate umpire. And Coach Dyer's going to come out of the North Canyon dugout just to get an explanation as to what the plate umpire saw and then what the conversation turned out to be. But again, a big deal to get the leadoff hitter aboard for Winslow in the top of the 6th inning. And Cabrera is going to have to crank up the effort again with the first man aboard. First hit batter of the ball game, as Cabrera was just trying to come inside on Foster and got too far in. Now Darian Brown, who reached on an error in the 1st and walked in the 3rd. Go-ahead run aboard for Winslow. And the first pitch over for a strike. No indication of a bunt from Brown. Turn, throw to first, and boy, they had a chance at him, but the throw was high. And Coyle, by the time he pulled it down and applied the tag, was late. Cabrera with the pitch and a ground ball over to third. Throw to second for the out. That's going to be the only play as Martinez wisely hangs on. Didn't want to risk a throw over there to first base. But Foster retired. Shimmick with a nice play to get that grounder and throw a strike to the second baseman Martinez covering at second base. So a 5-4 force of Foster. Brown on the fielder's choice, and it brings up Custer Kinlachini, who has been out on the strikes both times up. And a comebacker. Martinez goes to Cabrera rather, I beg your pardon. It goes Cabrera, Coyle, and a 1-6-3 double play ends the inning, and a quick 4-pitch inning for Juan Cabrera. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs 1, Rattlers 1. Part of the order for North Canyon in the 6th as Juan Cabrera takes one in the dirt for ball 1. And a ground ball out towards short. Fielded there, and a strike to first base retires Juan Cabrera, 6-3 on the ground out. That brings up Dylan Shimmick, who struck out in the first and grounded out in the third. Cabrera, by the way, was hitting .465, 7 doubles, 4 triples, 29 RBI. As Shimmick takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Dylan, a .294 hitter, 6 doubles, 11 RBI. 0 for 2 today, but trying to get it started for the Rattlers in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch inside, spins him around, and it's 1-1. Some quick updates. Northwest Christian is leading Snowflake 8-5, playing in the 5th. As that pitch is a strike, and it's 1-2. Rio Rico ahead of Payson now 6-5. They're in the 4th. And Fountain Hills has jumped ahead of Lee Williams 4-2. They're playing in the 5th. Next pitch high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, low and in, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Winner advances to the 2nd round. The loser is eliminated. And a swing and a miss gets Shimmick 2 away in the inning. Strikeout number 7 for Custer Kinlachini. Luke Bowman bats with 2 outs. He's led off his first 2 times up, had a double in the 2nd, a single in the 4th. And he takes ball 1. Now let's get him 3/4 of the way to a cycle. Triple or a home run. A breaking ball over for a strike. They count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Low and in, 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Kinlachini has retired 8 straight since Bowman singled in the 4th. And a 2-1 pitch. Check swing, he didn't go around, did he? No, and they count 3-1. 3 balls and a strike on Bowman. Brandon Coyle would be next. Look ahead to the 7th inning for Winslow. It'll be the bottom 3rd of the order. And that pitch called a strike, and it's 3-2. Base is empty with 2 outs for North Canyon in the 6th. And the 3-2. And a shot into center field, and it's going to be a 3-for-3 day for Luke Bowman. Yeah, Luke with a solid single to center field. And they'll run for Bowman. I believe it's Bernardo Nieto running at first base. Coyle a strikeout and a foul out on a bunt attempt. takes strike one. And the next pitch low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Will the Rattlers get the runner in motion here? Here's the 1-1. Runner does not go. Defensive swing and a slow roller to Velez. Charges and throws to first base in time. And that takes care of the Rattlers in the 6th. A 2-out single. Runner left at first base. And after 6, we're tied at 1. Bottom third of the order for the Bulldogs in the 7th. And the first pitch to Villanueva over for a strike. And a pitch fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. Villanueva, strikeout and a ground out in 2 at-bats. And that's punched into center field, a leadoff base hit from the number 7 hitter, Villanueva. And here we go again from that effort standpoint, as Cabrera's going to have to crank it up again. Bunt shown and the ball fouled back off the bat of Matt Bolin for a strike. Showing bunt early. And that's pushed foul on the third base side. Shimmick really charging hard at third base. And I think that disrupted things a little bit for Bolin. Go ahead and run at first base. Nobody out top of the 7th inning, first round of the Division III baseball state tournament. And the pitch is high and outside, and it's 1-2. Now the set of the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Got him on a strikeout. Strikeout number 12 for Juan Cabrera. And Nathan Hollins will bat. 1-1 score, top of the 7th inning. North Canyon will send up the bottom third of the order when they bat in the 7th. Throw to first and the runner back. .102 pitches for Juan Cabrera. Fastball over the outside corner, strike 1. Nothing in 1 on Hollins. Villanueva with the lead over at first base with 1 out. He takes off, and the ball fouled out of play. Actually against the backstop, and the count 0-2. Northwest Christian now ahead of Snowflake 8-5 in the 5th. I guess that might have been our last score update. It's now 4-3 Fountain Hills in the 5th over Lee Williams. And now time called. Nothing in 2 on Hollins. Ray Velez next for Winslow. And a fastball off the plate, 1-2. One on, one out, top of the 7th inning. Throw over close again, but safe. 105 pitches for Cabrera. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout of Holland's number 13 on the day. And now the top of the order for Velez. Cabrera, the numbers on Max Prep show 6-1 record, a 0.44 earned run average, 48 innings pitched, just 17 hits allowed, only 3 walks, and 68 strikeouts. That's why the 2 walks are newsworthy as the runner goes. The pitch misses, the ball goes into center field, but they'll be satisfied with a stolen base. Villanueva in at second, and again I believe it was ball 1 to the hitter Velez. So now the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs for the Bulldogs. And time called. Ball 1 to Velez. Villanueva represents the go-ahead run at second base as we play in the 7th inning. Snowflake has added a couple of runs. They now trail 8-7. And a pitch, I guess, inside on the appeal did not go around Velez. They count 2-0. 2-0 on Ray Velez, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And that's off the glove to the backstop, and the count goes to 3-0, and the go-ahead run is 90 feet away as Villanueva goes to third on the wild pitch. Now 3-0. Will they pitch to Velez? Will they pitch around him a bit? Will they nibble? Will they throw it down the middle? Cabrera, theoretically, he's taken on 3-0, so you get 1 over for strike 1. He didn't throw it down the middle, but he got it on the corner, a strike, and it's 3-1. Three and 1 on Velez, 2 outs, and a runner at third base. It's the go-ahead run. It's a 1-1 game as we play in the 7th. A 3-1 swing and a miss. And the count goes to 3-2. 13 strikeouts for Juan Cabrera, 1 earned run, and 4 base hits allowed. He's walked a couple and hit 1. And the 3-2 fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. Velez trying to bring in that run from third, or at the very least get to the next guy. It's Ramos in the on-deck circle for Winslow. Number 19 Bulldogs and the number 14 Rattlers locked up in a good one here in the first round of the baseball state playoffs. 3-2 on Velez. Here's the set from the right-hander Cabrera in the pitch. And he got him, a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 14 for Juan Cabrera. And Winslow is turned away in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Rattlers with a chance to walk off. We're tied at 1. Bottom third of the order for North Canyon. In the 7th, Sam Strunk takes strike 1. Strunk, Hatfield, Gandara scheduled to bat for the Rattlers. And a ball down the left field line, and it's down, a base hit, and the Rattlers have the winning run on at first base. Strunk with the base hit. Sam with his first hit of the ball game dumps it into shallow left field. Holland's over, but could not get to it. And now we're going to get a pinch hitter for North Canyon. The Rattlers will be trying to bunt the winning run to second base, I believe. The batter will be Noe Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a 111 hitter with a double and 2 RBI. But again, I think they're going to the best bunter they've got on the bench. And maybe not. They might let him rip away. We'll see. Hatfield is lifted then. And a ball bunted to the pitcher. The only play is to first base. Rodriguez does his job, and the winning run goes to second base. Sacrifice successful on the first pitch. Rodriguez didn't waste any time. That'll bring up Gandara, again a .339 hitter. He's 0 for 2 today, a couple of ground ball outs. And we'll see what he does here in this one. Got a chance to knock in the game-winning run. It's a 1-1 score in the bottom of the 7th. 92 pitches for Kinlachini and 7 strikeouts. So he has matched Juan Cabrera pretty much step for step, not quite on the strikeouts. There's a roller hit slow to the right side. Going to be a quick close play at first, and he's out by a step. And now the winning run is 90 feet away, but 2 outs in the inning. To the top of the order for Roberto Cabrera. And that works out great to move that runner up if you can get him in. And there's a lot more ways to score a run from third than second, of course. Especially the wild pitch type thing. Winslow's looking at the dugout saying, do we want to walk Cabrera and face Jose Martinez? And first we'll get a timeout from the Winslow dugout. We play in the bottom of the 7th, tied at 1. So we get back to play, and after the discussion, Winslow decides to intentionally walk Roberto Cabrera, so he's aboard at first. The winning run, Strunk, is at third, and the batter is Jose Martinez. And the first pitch, Martinez lifts a fly ball into foul territory into right field, and that's going to get out of play for strike 1. And Martinez not bashful about going after that first pitch, jumped on it to try to knock in the game-winning run. 1-1 our score in the 7th. Runner goes, pitch low, throw it back to the pitcher, no play. And that takes away the force play at least as Cabrera steals second. And they count 1-1 on Jose Martinez. 1 for 3 at an RBI single in the third rather. And a hard hit ball up the middle, that's going to get into center field, and North Canyon wins as the Rattlers walk off in the bottom of the 7th. An RBI single from Jose Martinez, and North Canyon beats Winslow by a score of 2-1. Jose Martinez comes through with a base hit. His second hit of the game and his second RBI, and North Canyon beats Winslow by a score of 2-1. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left in the 7th for North Canyon. And we go final. A whale of an effort from Juan Cabrera as he goes complete game. Allows 1 run on 4 hits and strikes out 14. Good ball game for Winslow. As I mentioned, Kinlachini matched him pretty well throughout the ball game. And a big first inning as Winslow left the bases loaded but did not score. So totals on the game for Winslow: 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 6 runners left on base. For North Canyon, 2 runs on 9 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 7 runners on base. Winslow finishes their season at 16-12. North Canyon improves to 16-8 overall. And more importantly, they advance in the Division III baseball state tournament, as North Canyon will advance to play in the second round tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and they will play the winner of number 30 Poston Butte and number 3 Trevor Brown. So that will do it. Again, our final score, it's North Canyon with the walk-off win. They beat Winslow by a score of 2-1. From Surprise Baseball Complex in Surprise, Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we hope to talk to you again soon.